Okay, there's one more last thought that I had that I forgot to explain, talking about culture shock. Um, it was really interesting being on the plane with obviously a bunch of Colombians, right? Because everybody's heading to Bogotá, um, and seeing the interactions between the first generation and second generation. Uh, Especially when I saw like the little toddlers in front of me who were quickly jumping like back and forth between English and Spanish, and I was like, wow, well, clearly they're learning Spanish from their mother and English somewhere, probably school somewhere. I actually did not learn to speak English until I went to kindergarten, so I was like maybe 6. So that was interesting. Also, I'm just seeing kind of some of the teenage kids kind of doing the same thing with their parents. They speak to their parents in English and their parents would respond in Spanish, which I know I have done, although I think for the most part, being the language nerd that I am, I try to stay consistent with the same language as someone speaks to me, and I end in that language. Anyways, so that was interesting. Also, the other thing that really caught my attention was the, like I'm hearing right now, the sound of that Colombian accent, and which I grew up hearing. Although I am starting to notice how nuanced it is, especially when we have our people from Bogotá. They have a different accent than people who are from like Medellin, in the Baisa region. So, and last but not least, I had a really weird, kind of interesting encounter this morning with the lady at immigration. I was just still obviously not totally awake, but anyways, you know how they say that everybody in Colombia is so friendly? Well, this bitch wasn't, and I was like, girl. But at that moment, when I was asking for a pen, oh yeah, by the way, I didn't fucking pack a pen. I had this exhaustive travel packing list, but I didn't pack a pen, of all things. So I had to go ask to borrow one, and she was just like why? I mean, she was rude. Anyways, and then as I was speaking to her, I couldn't help but recognize the little hint of my American accent in my Colombian accent. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I instantly had this feeling of oh shit, I'm a stranger in a strange land. I know that it's not going to be like that all the time, but I think that is the plight of the overseas kids, the bicultural kids, and so I'm sure I'm going to be running into that throughout my trip as I start meeting people, where I feel like I can relate to them, but that I can also not relate to them, just by virtue of the fact of having grown up in the US. So we'll see. Anyways, all right, okay, I'm done. I'm done chatting. I'm gonna go book my hotel. All right, peace out. I'm out of here. Ciao.